Hi, I here. This is a reading for the sign of Scorpio. We're going to pull two cards from the Thoth deck to represent the energy that is around you. We're going to check the underside of the Thoth deck to see your general energy. We're then going to pull 9 cards from the huge tarot deck and see what story unfolds from those. The bottom of that deck will tell us the general theme of this reading. Then, after we've uncovered what that story is going to be or what messages need to come through, we're going to pull 1 card from the shadow deck to see what is going on in your unconscious thoughts, and the bottom of that deck will tell us what you don't see coming. So let's just see what happens. So we are tuning into the energy of Scorpio today. So let's see what messages we have for the sign of Scorpio. That is your sun, your moon, your rising, however you choose to identify with the energy of Scorpio. This is a reading for the energy of Scorpio. If it does not resonate with you, you can always check your other placements, or you can just stick around and see what messages come through. But never try to make anything, never try to force anything with this reading or any other tarot readings. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so we're going to pull 2 cards from this to see what is going on around you. And your general energy is the Art card. You are trying to take in whatever is going on around you and integrate it into yourself and reforge yourself into something new or something better or something more constructive. Whatever it is, you're trying to build something, presumably within yourself, but possibly something around yourself and how you want to present yourself in the world. But you're taking in the energy of what is going on around you and trying to build off of that energy. That is what is happening here. So, what is going on around you, we have the 7 of Wands and the Moon card. So, whatever you are trying to forge within or around yourself, it comes from an understanding that there is something that you needed to do or needed to say or needed to defend, that you feel that you are right in whatever this task is, and you are trying to make sure that this is something that you can withhold and bring forward. So maybe you have a vision of yourself and others do not see this vision, or maybe they conflict with that vision, but you're trying to use that vision to better yourself and be more authentic with who you are. But this comes with it a certain amount of uncertainty. Even though you know that what you need to do or say or be is right, there is some uncertainty about whether or not the path you are taking to achieve that goal is the correct path, or maybe there are some unforeseen difficulties along this path that you are not yet aware of. So let's get a little bit of a sense of what has brought us to this current moment for you with the Art card by pulling 9 cards from the other tarot deck. This is the huge tarot deck. This is one of my oldest decks. It's the first deck. Actually, it is my oldest deck. It's the first deck I ever bought. I got this in a voodoo shop in New Orleans, and I had no idea how to use it when I bought it. But it has since become one of my favorites. It's based on the Rider-Waite deck, but the art has a little bit of a different flavor to it that I really enjoy. Okay, so we're going to pull 9 cards from this and see what story unfolds as we overturn those 9 cards little by little. Okay, so let's see what we get. Okay, the theme of this reading is justice. So whatever it is you are trying to build around yourself or become or integrate into yourself, again, I think this comes from a desire to figure out how to justify to others what you know to be true and not being clear on how this is going to unfold. And some of this is going to come with a level of justice. You're going to need to pay maybe some debts or correct some mistakes that have been made in the past, or help others correct mistakes that have been made in the past. We'll get a better sense of what this is going to mean as we turn over the rest of these cards and see what the story is telling us. So let's start at the beginning. A fantastic way to start. We have the Ace of Pentacles a new opportunity. So perhaps you had a certain vision of who you were and what you needed to do in your life, and now some new opportunity has presented itself that you can perhaps monetize on, or maybe something that allows you to create some new living situation. Something about the world around you has opened up with either some kind of offer or opportunity that you did not see coming initially. And now perhaps you are trying to figure out how to fit this into yourself, or determine how you should view yourself or integrate yourself into the world around you based on whatever this new opportunity is that was presented to you. So on the next two cards that we see, we have the Hierophant and the Death card. So whatever this new opportunity is, it looks like it is going to come with it some level of having to let go of things that maybe are part of how you defined yourself in the past. You had some idea of who you were and what you needed to be, and the Hierophant is representing the society in which you were a part of. And perhaps you've learned lessons from being a part of that society, but you're realizing now that it's time to move on and let that old way fall apart. And from the ashes of whatever that old situation was, embrace this new opportunity that has been presented to you. Because when you embrace this new opportunity, the things that you know deep down inside of you that others don't see are going to allow you to be able to come into the strength of who you really are supposed to be. But again, there's some uncertainty in this situation. I have a feeling we'll see a little bit more about what that uncertainty is as we go through the rest of this reading. And perhaps we'll get a sense of what it is that what debts need to be paid and what things need to be balanced out as you integrate into this newer or different version of yourself. So let's see what is next. Okay, we have the Hermit and the Four of Pentacles. So it looks like there's going to be some reflection about what your foundations are. So I think with the Hierophant being here, with the Four of Pentacles underneath him, this is your foundation. This is where you have come from. This is what you were born from, or what you have been living in for this recent situation that is now bringing you into the present situation. And you were trying to hold on to the bits of who you were and what you were and figuring out from that what you need to be as you go forward. So the Hermit here is the idea of trying to reflect upon you as an individual in contrast to the society in which you are present. And again, the Hermit is reflecting on the things that are going to have to be let go of or die within him so that he can be born into this new artistic or colorful or whatever new version of yourself that is more beautiful than what you were before. And that is what the Ace of Pentacles is leading us through. This is like the ball dropping through this machine that is eventually going to lead us to this inevitable outcome. But along the way, we have to figure out what the bumps in the road are, and that's what your Four of Pentacles is about, is figuring out what things in your life you need to continue holding on to and what things you need to let go, because some of them will be released, and from that release is what this art is going to be born from. But you know deep down that this is the right path. You just don't know what that path is. And the Empress is right here in the middle. Yes, this is definitely going to be a new recreation of yourself. As you figure out what parts of your past and the society you come from and the parts of you as an individual that you need to keep, you're going to find a balance between those two things, and they're going to bring you into the focus of how to create the new version of yourself that you know you're capable of being. This is that nurturing balance between these extremes that allows you to create the art that needs to be created. It's not that you are the Empress or that someone else is the Empress. This is representing the sort of furnace in which this art is going to be created and this new version of yourself that's going to be brought forward. But again, balance, justice has to be maintained. So you have to figure out through evaluating what you're doing and where you're going, how you can take this Empress energy and produce the art that you know that you yourself are capable of being. We have the Knight of Wands and the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is definitely a card of pain, of some kind of loss, and this is sort of opposite death. And here we have the Nine of Wands opposite the Hierophant. So this is a victory. So you're escaping from something, but escaping from that thing is going to give you some sense of a longing of what you lost. So as you're figuring out what balance you need in your life and what things you need to let go of and hold on to, there's going to be a certain amount of sadness to this. There's going to be a moment of self-reflection, and this is really what the moon is telling you, that whatever these things are that you're going to let go of, there will be some longing for the sort of void that's left behind. But you will be victorious as you continue to push through these difficult thoughts and feelings and get a sense of where it is that you need to go in order to become the art that you are capable of becoming. And here is the Ace of Cups. This is where the Ace of Pentacles falls into the Ace of Cups. And when this thing falls into this cup here, this receptive energy, which again is right here above it, is the Empress. I mean, this is a really nice symbol of an opportunity that then has to grow. And once it hits into this cup, you can drink from that cup and become the beautiful thing that you know you're capable of really being here. Again, the moon is representing the trials you have to go through, the dark moments you'll have to spend thinking about who you are and what things that you need to hold on to and let go of in order for this process to occur. But in the end, this art will be created. There will be some sadness, but from that sadness is growth and regeneration, and success inevitably is what leads you to becoming the better version of yourself. So seek balance. That is what this Justice card is telling you, that there are things that need to be held on to, things that need to be let go of, and what those are going to be specific to you and your situation. But this is definitely a message of becoming the thing you know you're capable of becoming in time. But, you know, holding on to the idea of the things that you know are the true, unchangeable aspects of yourself, letting go of the things that are just superficial details. And again, once you go through this dark journey, you will be able to come forward in the end in a much more strong and beautiful version of yourself. So that feels really good. That's a really nice reading. Let's see what the shadow deck tells us. Look at that, the Fool is behind the art card. Poking his head out, trying to say, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to jump into this. The Fool will be forged into whatever he is supposed to be forged into, based on the difficulties of the situations that are presented to him. So let's see what's going on in your subconscious mind. The Six of Wands. Okay, yeah, so more victory. So this is the card that there is one last trial that you need to get through, and that's going to be what this difficulty of these painful memories you're going to have to get through to get to this final stage of becoming the art that you are becoming, the butterfly that you're growing into. But in your mind, you know that victory is assured. You know that what you're going to do is going to work as long as you hold on to the principles that define you. And you have this feeling of success that's propelling you forward. That's why you're not afraid of the Death card that proceed or that follows this new opportunity, because you know this new opportunity is going to lead you to something very, very good and positive. But what you don't see coming is the Four of Wands. It's the journey that's going to be involved with this. So whatever this is, it feels like there's a new opportunity that's going to sort of disrupt your life, not in a tower sort of way, but something that's going to slowly shake up the way that you view yourself and the people that you are around and the world that you are a part of. You're going to have to do a little bit of recalibrating, and you're going to have to let go of some things, and that will lead to a little bit of loss and sadness. But as long as you get through this final trial, this Ace of Pentacles is going to fall into this Ace of Cups with the Empress in the middle, nurturing this and letting it grow and helping you become this beautiful piece of art that you know you're capable of being. So that's a really good, that's a very nice message. You've got a lot to go through. You need to work on some things, make sure that you're really evaluating the things that are most important to you. But in the end, this is going to come out in a really positive way. So I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like the video, subscribe if you have not, share these and any of my other videos with other people, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.